Welcome back to Season 2 of Office Cold Calls. Today, we're checking in with Jess Kelly. Let's go see if she's in her office. Hi, Jess.
Hey, Grishma.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. So, Jess, how long have you been here at Ivey?
This is my third year teaching full-time in the HBA program.
Awesome. And what do you teach for those that don't know?
I teach HBA 1 FinFun, so accounting and financial fundamentals, and I teach HBA 2 MAC, managerial accounting and control, which is really cool because there are some students that I get to teach them their very first and very last semester in the HBA program, which is a real privilege.
And what would you say is your favorite thing about Ivey students?
I love just how much they love to learn, and I love that they have this tendency to be inquisitive and curious and analytical before passing judgment. As you know, Grishma, as one of my former students, I talk about my farm a lot in class because there's a lot of overlap between lessons to learn from our farm and the curriculum of the two courses that I teach. And when I share about the farm, I'm always greeted with all of these great, genuine questions from students. They're curious about pigs and farming and food production and sustainability. And I'm also always greeted with a lot of respect for just how hard it is to run a farming business. And I think that's really cool.
Do you have a favorite animal on the farm?
I'm very partial to the pig. We grow quite a few pigs on our farm, like 30,000 or so a year. And they were also, strangely enough, how I met my husband. So my husband and I met at this thing that is called the Pigmobile, an educational trailer that goes to big events like the X in Toronto, where people can come and ask questions about farming. And that's actually where I met my husband. We were both volunteering at the Pigmobile together.
What is one thing that Ivey students might not know about you?
Probably one of the things that students might not realize is that when I decided to come to Western years ago, it was probably out of left field for a lot of people. I come from a big family and social circle of University of Guelph people. Yeah. So it was a big deal for me to come to Western, and kind of funny that I'm still here. I actually have a journal that I keep, and the first few pages of that journal were written for me when I finished high school and started here at Western. And it was advice that was written to me from my first boss and mentor. And one of her pieces of advice was that if Western was too purple for me, I should come back to Guelph to find my people, and that it could wait to my master's if it had to, which is quite funny because ultimately I did do my master's at the University of Guelph, but this is where I am back here at Ivey.
Well, I think purple was the right choice, so we're glad to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us on another episode of Office Cold Calls. We will see you next time.